The sky does not fall. The world does not end. It simply pauses. Imagine a single, silent beat in the heart of existence. For 5 seconds, the most vital element of our atmosphere is gone. This is not a distant cosmic catastrophe. It is an intimate, terrestrial event. A clock begins its countdown. 5 seconds. What happens if the Earth, for just a moment, loses its oxygen? This is a thought experiment, grounded firmly in the laws of science. We will adhere to the known facts, imagining the cascading effects, second by agonizing second. The air you are breathing right now feels light. A single, unlit matchstick held between two fingers against a stark black background. Oxygen is more than just a gas. It is a promise. It is the promise of energy, of life, of continuation. In every breath, millions of oxygen molecules flood your lungs. They cross a delicate barrier into your bloodstream, delivered by red blood cells to every corner of your body. Inside your cells, in mitochondria, oxygen performs its crucial role. It engages in a controlled burn, cellular respiration. It breaks down the food you eat, releasing the energy that powers your thoughts, your movements, your very existence. Without this supply, the lights go out. The first second is pure shock. It is a breath that fails. You try to inhale, but your lungs find nothing of substance. The air that rushes in is mostly nitrogen, an inert gas that your body cannot use. The immediate sensation is not suffocation, but a sharp, painful void. Your throat and chest tighten in a violent, involuntary spasm. Your brain, which consumes a disproportionate amount of the body's oxygen, registers the deficit almost instantly. Panic is the first wave. It is a primal, neurological response to a critical system failure. Your heart rate skyrockets as your body desperately tries to circulate the remaining oxygenated blood to your vital organs. As the second passes, the effects intensify. As the third passes, the effects intensify. The sudden drop in air pressure creates a disorienting and painful sensation in your ears. It is the same feeling you get on an airplane during a rapid descent, but amplified 100 times. This condition, called barotrauma, can cause intense pain and, in severe cases, rupture your eardrums. The delicate membranes of your inner ear, which are crucial for balance, are thrown into chaos. Dizziness and vertigo would sweep over you. Standing upright would become a struggle. Many people would simply collapse, not from lack of oxygen to the brain yet, but from the overwhelming sensory assault and loss of equilibrium. The disappearance of oxygen would be a death sentence for fire. Instantly, across the globe, every open flame would be extinguished. The gentle flicker of a candle, the warm glow of a fireplace, the blue hiss of a gas stove, all would vanish as if they had never been. A massive forest fire, a raging inferno consuming acres of land, would be snuffed out in a moment. The towering flames would collapse, leaving behind a world of superheated fuel and smoldering embers, starved of the one ingredient they need to burn. The planet would be plunged into a strange, fireless state, the familiar light of combustion gone from our world. The engines that power our civilization would falter. Internal combustion engines, the heart of our cars, trucks, and planes, are fundamentally fire-breathing machines. They work by igniting a mixture of fuel and air, which is 21% oxygen. Without oxygen, the ignition fails. A car traveling down the highway would suddenly lose power. The engine would not explode. It would simply stop combusting. Jet engines on an airplane would flame out, a terrifying event where the fire inside the turbine is extinguished. While pilots train for this, a simultaneous global flameout would be an unprecedented crisis. The very ground beneath our feet would become unstable. Concrete is not just a solid block of rock. It is a material that relies on oxygen atoms for its structural integrity. While a 5-second absence would not cause buildings to instantly crumble into dust, the sudden chemical shift would put immense stress on all untreated concrete structures. 5. The first sensation is a universal gag. Every human, every land animal, attempts to draw a breath and finds only emptiness. It is a hollow, useless feeling in the chest. In the cities, the unified sound of millions of car engines sputtering creates a strange, discordant music. On a quiet hillside, a campfire that was crackling moments before simply vanishes, leaving behind a puff of smoke and glowing red embers. The world's symphony of combustion falls silent. Panic begins its slow, cold creep into the hearts of billions as they realize something is fundamentally wrong with the very air they stand in. 4. The pressure drop makes its presence known. A collective wince sweeps the globe as eardrums strain. People clutch their heads, a wave of dizziness washing over them. Birds in mid-flight begin to falter. Their wings beat against a thinner medium, and they begin to drop from the sky, confused and struggling. In the world's kitchens, the blue flames disappear. Click, click, click echoes in suddenly quiet homes. 3. The sun's wrath is unleashed. 2. The structural integrity of our world is tested. 1. The return of oxygen is not a gentle relief, it is a violent explosion. The first breath of air is a convulsive, desperate gasp that racks the entire body. For those who were on the edge of consciousness, the sudden rush of oxygen can be as disorienting as its absence. The air, now rich and thick again, slams back into place. The atmospheric pressure snaps back to normal, causing another painful pop in the ears. But this is a secondary concern. The real danger is fire. Every ember that was starved for 5 seconds, every superheated surface, is now doused in the very element it craves. Across the world, a phenomenon known as a backdraft occurs on a planetary scale. Fires erupt back to life with explosive force. The forest that was silenced now roars back with greater fury. A gas stove might create a small explosion. Internal combustion engines, still filled with unburnt fuel vapor, would backfire violently. Cars might suddenly jerk as engines cough back to life, causing even more accidents. The sudden reoxygenation of tissues, called reperfusion, can create a flood of free radicals that damage cells. Hospitals would be instantly overwhelmed. The roar of reignited fires, the shriek of alarms, the cacophony of horns and backfiring engines, and the collective cries of a terrified and injured population. What remains after the noise fades? A profound and humbling lesson. This thought experiment, this journey into a 5-second void, serves as a stark reminder of our absolute dependence. We walk through our lives on a planet that seems stable and permanent, breathing air we do not see, protected by forces we do not feel. We take oxygen for granted. We treat it as an infinite resource, an entitlement of existence. But this exercise shows it to be a privilege, a delicate gift bestowed by the intricate workings of our planet's biology and chemistry. The second lesson, resilience and fragility. Our bodies and our technologies showed a momentary resilience. We did not all perish instantly, but that resilience is paper-thin. Interconnected systems can cascade into crisis. Learn to see the air, value the ozone layer, respect the delicate balances that make this planet habitable. Let this be more than a chilling story. Let it be a call to action. Cherish, protect, understand the world that supports us. If this journey sparked your curiosity, please support our exploration of science and imagination. Like this video. Subscribe for more deep dives into questions that shape our understanding of the universe. Ring the notification bell so you never miss the next thought experiment. Thank you for watching.